What's up, everybody? Pete from Diehardz again. This is part 2, interviewing the Literates, and I asked them a question about the struggle, the hustle, and what it takes to stay in the game in the music business as a hip-hop artist group, you know, or the them crossing into multi-genres. And we're gonna go back to, you know, Viz, and then eventually Anti here, so they can finish up on this. Here we go.
So basically, you know, adding to what I was saying a little bit earlier, as far as like patience, perseverance, and everything that has to do with the business, you know, finding your business model and, you know, branding and everything like that, understanding that it's not just about grabbing a mic or mixing and scratching and stuff, or just being out in the crowd with, you know, thinking you're cool or taking your photos and stuff. It ain't all about that. You know, there's much more to the puzzle than just that. But to let people know how hard it is, if you could possibly imagine, because I know a lot of artists, you know, are the same, and they think, man, if I only met this person, or if I only met that person, or if I only did a show with that person, you know, it'll just totally blow me up. And these days, it's not like that, man. We roll with Cypress Hill. We're tight with Be Real. We're tight with the whole family. We're tight with their management. You know what I'm saying? But that doesn't mean nothing, because at the end of the day, man, you gotta do what you gotta do for yourself and your group. You know what I mean? So yeah, you know, we get a little help here and there, but it was only because we as a group earned that stuff on the streets. You know what I mean? So if we would have never been, you know, through everything that we've been through, you could only imagine, because I can't even get into detail right now, but everything that we've been through made us who we are at that point when we met up with Cypress, and they were like, yeah, man, we co-sign on these dudes, you know what I mean? Like, these dudes are dope, because Cypress don't co-sign for anybody, man. Right. So basically everything that we've been through brought us to where we were, and it helps us out just a little bit more, but we're not done yet. You know what I mean? We're not done with just people helping us out or whatever. You know, we're out there to get it for ourselves, and that's what people have to do, and that's what it's gonna take. Right. Do it for yourself, man. Figure it out. If you don't have a website, you don't know anybody who does it, guess what? Go pick up the software. You don't know what software it is? Google it, man. It'll tell you the software. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta go out there and get it yourself. That's what it's about.
You can't do it yourself, and just get the fuck out, get a 9-to-5 job.
Don't waste your time, man. Don't waste your time.
Get a 9-to-5 like me. They're right.
Hey, man, I ain't mad at you.
Yeah. Some people do that, man. We're fortunate enough not to, and to be placing 100% into the music. So that's a good thing.
I'm gonna come rap with you guys, dude.
Let's do it, man.
Let me tell you, there's been a lot of times though where I've been like, fuck, man, should I get a 9-to-5? You know what I'm saying? But the persistence of me just, nah, we gotta grind hard, go hard. You know what I mean? There's a lot that I missed out, man. You know,
we sacrifice everything. So much. We sacrifice family life, everything. You know, 4th of July, what are you gonna do? Let's go in the studio, man. Oh, you know, you wanna hang with the family, that's cool, barbecue and all that stuff's great, man. You know what I mean? I've had tons of that, the way I look at it. And right now, I'm trying to focus on what we're doing right now, and it takes everything, man. It takes everything out of us, you know. He hates me sometimes. Sometimes I hit him up and I'm like, Anti, yo, I need this beat, or I need a flyer, or I need some design on some t-shirts or whatever. You know what I mean? He's a design department, you know, that's what we consider the design department. And so, you know, he's like, man, I fucking hate you, but at the end of the day, you know what I mean? I tell him, you know what? Just look at it like I'm telling you, I want you to be successful.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If I wasn't hitting you up, that means I don't care. The day I stop hitting you up is the day I don't care anymore.
Right.
So.
I got a question for Anti, man.
What's up?
And this is kind of on the same subject, dude. See, when I book any musician, dude, the majority of the formula that I put together is I make them pre-sell tickets.
Right.
But there's incentives in there if they were to sit down and take the time to look at what we offer and the tools we're giving them and the assistance we help with all the promotion. Now, I want your opinion on what, you know, tell me if you think the way I'm doing it, is that pay to play if the artist can't do the job that they accept when they sign up to do a show?
Whoa.
Because if you do what you gotta do and there's money to be made in that, is that pay to play, or is that you just can't take the job?
I think it's you can't take the job. Personally, I think that if you can't sell fucking 10 tickets, then you're really not trying hard. You know what I mean? Like they said, you know, you gotta go hard, you gotta give it all you got. And if you can't do it, if you can't pull 10 people, you know what I mean, then what are you doing? You know what I mean? Like, it's not necessarily paying to play, it's checking to see who's really following you. You know what I mean? Because if you got nobody following you, you're gonna be struggling and be like, oh well, now what am I gonna do? Now I gotta pay. Now I gotta pay to play. You know what I mean? Yeah. But yeah, man, just grinding and shit. You know.
So do you guys? I want to know, like, do you guys think the way I do my system, and maybe other promoters? And I hate the fucking term promoter. Yeah. But until I can create a new title to go by, I fall in that realm. But I'll never fucking accept it. You know, I deal with promotion, but I'm not your typical guy promoting. And you know, it sounds a little feminine, but you know, I'd rather roll with that title than be called a promoter until I know I deserve that title. You know, like a real promoter back in the day, like Bill Graham. You know, that used to book all the biggest rock and roll names you can think of. Grateful Dead, to Santana, to Hendrix, to The Doors, Janis Joplin. That's a real promoter. When I can fall in that category, I'll accept that term.
That honor.
I'll accept that honor. Exactly. So I mean, like, what is your opinion on my system? Because I'm trying to figure this shit out right now. You know what I mean? What is your opinion on it? If you guys want to give me your opinion on it.
I think it's great, man. I think whatever approach you want to take to be creative and however you want to do it is fine. You know, we've done ticket sales. We've done the whole, you know, what people would.
Go ahead, bro. A little bike interruption there.
We've done the ticket sales, you know, we've done all that stuff, and some people looked at it like they looked down at it, and we were like, well, you know what, there's no rules to this game, you know what I mean? Like, however, in any way you could get seen, you gotta be able to go ahead and take that opportunity and say, you know what, I don't care what people think about me, man. I'm gonna do whatever I want, because and I keep saying at the end of the day, but truthfully, at the end of the day, like, those people don't fucking matter. You know what I mean? What matters is what you're doing and what your progression. You know what I mean? As long as you're progressing and you're moving forward, then forget what about anything that other people have to say.
Cool, man.
You're doing stuff the way you do it. We have no problem with it, man.
Right. I don't know. Yeah,
cool.
Support it.
Yeah. I just wanted an opinion, because a lot of promoters won't, like, and again, I hate the term, they won't record and try to interact with the public because they avoid it. You see, what I try to do is, you know, you're calling a pay-to-play system that I don't think it's pay-to-play if you do your job. You know, you can't expect for me to give you the crowd and everybody else to give you the crowd when you're coming through town and not try to help out with something and say you're going to do it or you're going to promote, and yet
especially
no one's following you.
If you're a new artist and you're just coming up, and we've seen this more times than I can count, man. Like, we've seen artists everywhere, you know what I mean? Every place that we've been, in every state, you know what I mean, in different countries or whatever where we've been, it's always, you see the artist is just like thinking that he's the next biggest thing, man, you know what I mean? And they don't understand that it's not about that, you know what I mean, as much as they think it would be. And it's like, you could be the dopest rapper ever. The dopest rapper ever, man. You're probably the dopest. I always use an example, and I would tell people, man, there's 1,000 Michael Jordans over at Venice Beach right now playing. You know what I mean? They're playing right now, but there's only one Michael Jordan, one real Michael Jordan. You know what I mean? That's it. Because Michael took the path that needed to take to become a professional in the NBA. Same as Kobe, same as every basketball or baseball player you want to think of, man. There's only one of those, but there's thousands of people that could probably beat Jordan, probably beat Kobe, you know, on the street. It doesn't matter what you're doing right there, you know what I mean? Elevate your business game, you know, and that's, and with your business model, what you're using as far as, you know, you're telling people, look, I'm giving you an opportunity to go out there and hustle yourself and make something of yourself. So if you can't do that, just that, then why are you here? What are you doing, man? Wasting everybody's time. You're not that dope. Nobody's that dope, you know? So, I mean, Eminem did it. You look at all your top rappers. Everybody's been through the hustle and struggle. They didn't just go to a label and the label's like, you're hot, we're gonna sign you immediately. No, they went through their struggles and strives to get there. You know what I mean? It wasn't just overnight. You hear that, it's a cliche in hip hop or music. It didn't happen overnight. It took 10 years, it took 8 years, it took 9 years, it took 3-4 hours, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the way it is, man. This is not an easy game, so, you know, in closing, what I gotta say, man, is what you do, and you're giving people an opportunity. If you don't want to take that opportunity, then you lose right away.
Cool, man. Well, I want to thank you guys for answering all the questions, man.
Sure.
And just tell everybody, where can we find you guys at?
Check us out on theliterates.com. Check us out on Facebook. Check us out on theliterates.com. Check us out on Facebook. Check us out on YouTube, Twitter, all these social network, all the sites and stuff like that, man.
All under Literates.
Check us out in Hollander.
All right.
The Vault. Check us out in Fresno and every city that we're gonna be in the future. Check out Blow Your Brains Out, the latest album that we have out. Check out Don't Sleep, the last album, and Unspoken, our first album that we have out.
Man. Tell everybody what you guys signing off on. Diehardz music.
Oh, we're signing off Diehard music, baby.
Yeah.
Diehardz.
Diehard music
All right.
all up in your area.
Biz, J-Rez, Anti, Literates.
Yep.